de poesia medieval, literatura medieval.
Aí, vamos ouvir uma música?
Ótimo! O Sheldon nunca me deixa ouvir música no carro. Ele não quer ser confundido com um membro de uma gangue.
Procura uma que goste.
Beatles, chato. Eminem, medonho. Weird Al.
Johnny Galecki, famous for playing Leonard on The Big Bang Theory, has spoken warmly about his former co-star and ex-girlfriend, Kaley Cuoco. Despite their romantic relationship ending years ago, Galecki values their enduring friendship, which remains strong. Both actors, who portrayed Leonard and Penny on the show, reflect on their breakup in the book The Big Bang Theory, the definitive, inside story of the epic hit series. Galecki attributes their split to differing lifestyles, while Cuoco mentions how being together constantly, both at work and home, led to a lack of mystery. However, they continue to support each other in their personal and professional lives, with Galecki expressing that his friendship with Cuoco is more meaningful than any past relationship. Both have since moved on, with Galecki married and Cuoco in a relationship, yet their mutual respect and admiration remain clear. The Big Bang Theory, Johnny Galecki praises Kaley Cuoco despite their real-life breakup. Johnny Galecki, known for his role as Leonard in the acclaimed series The Big Bang Theory, has recently expressed his deep admiration for his former co-star and ex-girlfriend Kaley Cuoco. Although their romantic relationship ended several years ago, Galecki emphasizes the importance and value of the friendship he maintains with Cuoco, a connection that remains significant in their lives. Actors Johnny Galecki and Kaley Cuoco not only shared the screen as the couple Leonard and Penny in The Big Bang Theory, but they also took their romance off set. They began their relationship shortly after meeting during the show's filming, but their romance lasted about 2 years. Despite the breakup, they managed to preserve a strong and lasting friendship, demonstrating mutual respect and affection. In the book The Big Bang Theory, the definitive, inside story of the epic hit series by Jessica Radloff, Johnny Galecki and Kaley Cuoco reflect on the reasons for their separation. Galecki points out that their differing lifestyles and preferences were determining factors. Cuoco, known for her elegance and love for fashion, contrasted with Galecki's more laid-back personality. These differences, far from being an obstacle, enriched their professional and personal relationship. Kaley Cuoco also shared her perspective, explaining that constant togetherness at work and home reduced their topics of conversation. "We had no mystery," Cuoco commented. Despite this, both actors have managed to maintain a solid friendship and continue to support each other in their respective careers. This relationship, based on respect and admiration, has proven to be resilient to changes and challenges. Johnny Galecki and Kaley Cuoco's relationship transcended the screen. Nevertheless, for Johnny Galecki, the friendship he shares with Kaley Cuoco is more valuable than any past romantic relationship. In the interview for Radloff's book, Galecki expressed that he deeply appreciates the friendship with Cuoco, considering it more meaningful than any other relationship. Here were his words: "We simply had very different interests in what I think we wanted from our life experience. But I adore the friends we are. I think I value my relationship with her more than any other previous or subsequent relationship." Today, both Galecki and Cuoco have moved forward in their personal and professional lives. Johnny Galecki is married to Morgan and they have a daughter, as well as a son with his ex, Elena Meyer. Kaley Cuoco, on the other hand, is in a relationship with actor Tom Pelphrey and they have a daughter named Matilda. Despite these new paths, the admiration and affection between Galecki and Cuoco remain evident, demonstrating that a true friendship can endure beyond any romantic relationship. 2025's One Chicago crossover continues to insult an original character by excluding them. Warning. Spoilers ahead for the 2025 One Chicago crossover. The 2025 One Chicago crossover excluding an original character continues its insult. After more than 5 years, Firehouse 51, Gaffney Medical, and Intelligence are once again brought together by a massive tragedy in the Windy City. These crossovers have been a staple of the CBS and Wolf Entertainment franchise for years, and while it doesn't happen on a regular basis, this is the first time that it took this long to do it again. It is especially important this year, considering the many characters who left One Chicago in 2024, which means that the universe has several new faces. The 2025 One Chicago crossover starts with Chicago Fire when Firehouse 51 responds to a call downtown. As it turns out, what appears to be a regular emergency turns out to be far more complicated than they can handle. Aside from the ongoing danger posed by the building in question, there are already so many injured people who need medical attention. To make matters worse, the incident is apparently the result of a crime gone wrong. Suffice it to say, Chief Dom Pascal's crew is in its A game, although they could have used some assistance from a veteran member. Staging a One Chicago crossover is always tricky because the writers need to make sure that every show gets their respective time in the spotlight. While Chicago Fire dominates this year's storytelling, it has some absences in its roster, but there's one major character missing: Squad 3's Joe Cruz. The veteran Firehouse 51 member is currently on a 2-week suspension following his recent snafu, and as part of his punishment, he is shelved for a period. The 2025 One Chicago crossover fully forgets about Cruz, as his teammates take on a dangerous mission. In terms of narrative, Chicago Fire properly justifies Cruz's absence. Unlike him, Chief Wallace Bowden's replacement isn't as understanding when it comes to the team's transgressions, and that's only fair. The issue comes from the way this is all set up. NBC and Wolf Entertainment could have easily delayed the fallout of Cruz's B-plot until after the crossover so he could join. The character is one of the few original players who are still in the universe. It could have been much more special to see him beside Kaley Severide, especially as the Squad 3 leader deals with Stella Kid's predicament. What makes this worse is that this is after Cruz had to give up his dream of moving up the ladder in the fire department. For context, he stepped up when Severide unexpectedly went on an OFI training camp that went longer than initially discussed. This resulted in an argument since Kid's husband didn't even acknowledge the effort that his subordinate put on to cover for him. Cruz got so mad that he decided that he would take the lieutenant's exam and move to a different firehouse. However, that storyline was eventually dropped, meaning Cruz is stuck in his position with the way One Chicago is currently set up. The record-breaking superstar walked the red carpet for her first major award show of the year in a red-hot mini-dress with a corset bodice, a one-shoulder strap, and an asymmetric skirt that was pulled up to one side. From underneath the custom Vivienne Westwood dress peeked out a beaded garter chain with a little T, either a nod to her own name or to that of Bo Travis Kelce, whose NFL team color is also red, and who was not able to attend the ceremony with her. Swift has had an award-filled several years, especially following the re-recording of her core albums, the release of the Tortured Poets Department, and her monumental Eras tour. And it seems like there is no stopping her. Tonight, the singer-songwriter is up for 6 awards, including Album of the Year, for TTPD, which